2 minutes from Hobart Airport. If you want to take a little bit of Tassie home with you, you will find the hottest spot to do your last-minute shop. Trust me on this, there are over 500 local products to choose from, including the world-famous Barilla Bay oysters, which just happen to be grown straight out the back.
Oh, yeah.
A 45-minute tour of Barilla Bay Oyster Farm covers everything about this pearl of the palate. My guide is part of the family who started this place 25 years ago, and they're still running it. MD of the company and oyster ace, David Forrest.
We currently have about 6 to 7 million oysters on this particular farm. It has about 14 kilometres of oyster racks.
To get an oyster to Barilla Bay standard requires the sort of nurturing you would expect from a prize bull.
We start off putting the little baby ones in what we call seed trays. They spend about 3 months out in the water, and in that time they grow and fill up all the available space.
Then comes a constant grading process for about a year and a half.
Okay, this is where we're putting some of the smaller oysters over the machine. As you can see, there's lots of different sizes.
That sorts them perfectly into size.
Absolutely, and it's very important that we do that because what we encourage the oysters to do is grow at a uniform shape.
So, how many oysters could an oyster shucker shuck if an oyster shucker could shuck shuck? Whoa! I can see why you are fast. How many can you do in 1 hour?
Oh, 30 or 40 dozen.
Really?
An hour, yeah.
How do you handle all the adulation from being the #1 oyster shucker?
Oh, it doesn't go to your head. I just tell the other boys about it, though.
Thank you. Well, this box is actually the real reason of why I'm here today. You see, I promised my dad I would take him home a dozen of his favourite Barilla Bay oysters, and this box will allow me to take them on the plane and keep them chilled for hours. In fact, I just heard this story of a fellow from Nepal that comes here once a month, takes a box home all that way, and the whole village gathers around, and they have an oyster party. Oh, and by the way, you can actually fit 4 dozen oysters in here. So basically, my dad, he's going to love me forever.